Good morning, Salone B here, and today we're going to talk Cosby's lawyer asked court to void conviction prison sentence. Norristown, PA, Bill Cosby lawyers have asked a Pennsylvania court to overturn the actor's conviction and 3 to 10-year prison sentence because what they call a string of errors in the sex assault case. The defense motion argued that the trial judge, Stephen O'Neill, erred in declaring Cosby a sexually violent predator who must be imprisoned to protect the community. Lawyers called the sentence more punitive than necessary, given the standard 2 to 3 year guideline range for the crime and the fact that Cosby is 81 and blind. They also said that the trial evidence had never proved the encounter with accuser Andrea Constand took place in 2004 and not 2003, or that Cosby was arrested within 12-year time limit. Cosby was arrested on December 30th, 2015 and was convicted at a second trial this April. He has been in a state prison near Philadelphia since the September 25th sentencing, when the judge refused to let him stay out on $1 million bail pending appeal, giving him fame, wealth, and use of drugs to molest the accuser. The judge said Cosby could remain a threat to other women. The defense motion said O'Neill improperly considered the trial testimony of 5 other accusers and sentencing Cosby instead of limiting that prior bad act testimony to the question of his guilt or innocence. O'Neill, in explaining the sentence in court, told Cosby he considered voices from the past your past and that he heard their voices loud and clear, the defense said. The lawyer also challenged the state sex offender laws, which have been revised several times and challenges they are unconstitutionally vague. The law requires judges to find that a sexually violent predator has a mental abnormality, a term they said has no legal or psychological meaning, yet subjects defendants to lifetime counseling and police registration. The defense motion, date Friday, was posted to a public court docket in the case over the weekend. Kate Delano, a spokesman for the Montgomery County District Attorney Office, said that the office will file a response. The motion was filed by lawyer Peter Goldberger, a top appellate lawyer in the region, and Joseph P. Green Jr., who handled Cosby's sentencing after more than a dozen other lawyers on the case had come and gone. A former appellate lawyer on the case is suing Cosby over what he called more than $50,000 in unpaid bills. The defense also complained that an audio recording played to jurors of a 2005 conversation between Cosby and Gianna Castan, the mother of accuser Andrea Castan, was not authentic. They said they did not make the discovery until expert review after the trial. District Attorney Kevin Steele has dismissed that as a legitimate appeal issue, saying it's been widely known that Gianna Castan started her recorder after the call began. She had called Cosby to get answers about what happened to her daughter after Andrea Castan disclosed the assault a year later. The family went to police, who suggest they tried to record Cosby. During the call, Cosby acknowledged engaging in digital penetration after giving her daughter pills he would not identify, and offered money for Andrea to attend graduate school. Gianna Castan testified, "If that's what they've got, it's beyond a Hail Mary." Steele said that at the sentencing, as Cosby's lawyer sought to keep Cosby free on bail over the tape recording, O'Neill instead had Cosby led out of the courtroom in handcuffs. All right, so that is the news on Bill Cosby. Now, Castan was secretly recording him when her mother called to ask him what happened to her, and digital penetration. What the hell is that? I don't know. But they are appealing, and they're asking for the case to be they asking to avoid the conviction and the prison sentence because of the errors in the court case. And what I want to say is the difference between Brett Kavanaugh and Bill Cosby is Bill Cosby did not remain silent when his lawyer told him in the deposition at the time when he was being asked by the PADA about Quaaludes and stuff like that. He did not remain silent. When I read the transcripts to that case, or, to that disposition, Bill Cosby was answering questions as the lawyer was telling him, don't answer that. And at the time, the lawyer and the judge were getting into it because the judge was saying, the lawyer was saying that the questions were irrelevant and Bill Cosby should not answer them. But Bill Cosby answered them because the DEA promised that he would not go to jail. Now, we know that there's years and years of where interrogation of black men, getting them to speak when they have a right to remain silent, getting them to speak and bribing them into speaking, and when they speak, they use it against them. And that is coercion. They coercion Bill Cosby to speak, and bribing him, saying, "Oh, you won't go to jail if you admit to these things." If you go back and read the transcripts, they asked him, "If you admit to this, you won't go to jail, and we'll keep it in the disposition and we'll seal it." And then they unseal it. That, come on now, that's a violation of his right to remain silent. And a lot of black men have went into jail over this down through the years. Cops bribing them and telling them, well, if you tell me this, you'll get to go home, and then they end up in jail 25 years. You know what I'm saying? So that's the difference between Bill Cosby and Brett Kavanaugh. Kavanaugh stayed on his square. He denied everything, and this is why Brett Kavanaugh walked away. And plus, his accuser, it was holes in her story. Just like Bill Cosby, there were holes in these ladies' story. But the thing about Bill Cosby is he allowed them to persuade him into talking instead of standing on the Fifth Amendment and the right to remain silent. He didn't. He started speaking, and he started trying to play nice with them when he should have denied everything and refused to speak. So that is the difference between Brett Kavanaugh and Bill Cosby. I hope that Bill Cosby gets out of this. And as for Amber Rose, shut the fuck up. Because nobody called you. Nobody sent for you. And we don't care about your ass because you don't even know what race you belong to. You don't even know. Okay? You still stuck in over this the girls from Philadelphia aren't really pretty and all this bullshit. Girl, sit down somewhere. Don't nobody want to talk to you about anything. You are perpetuating whole culture, so go somewhere, sit down, and learn some self-respect. So tell me what you think about Bill Cosby and them asking them to void the conviction, and the errors in the case. Like, share, subscribe, Salon B. Have a great day.